Right, welcome back, everyone. For today's deep dive, we're going to be exploring ChatGPT,
Oh,
but going way beyond just the basics. We're talking ChatGPT power-ups.
nice.
You've all shared some super interesting sources with us about some unique prompt techniques.
Yeah.
Really kind of unlock ChatGPT's full potential. I got 5 amazing, what I'm calling hacks here,
Okay.
ready to transform like ChatGPT from a simple chatbot into, your secret weapon
Yeah.
for learning,
Yeah.
problem solving, even like creative brainstorming.
I love that. It's so exciting to see how people are kind of moving beyond just, asking ChatGPT very basic questions and really starting to, experiment.
Yeah, exactly. So let's dive right in. The first prompt technique that we'll be exploring is what we're calling role playing.
Okay.
And this might sound a little strange at first.
Right.
Stick with me. It's basically about giving ChatGPT a specific role to play in your interaction. So like imagine you're prepping for like a tough negotiation.
Okay.
You can actually have ChatGPT play the role of, your opponent.
Yeah.
Which I think is really neat.
It's a brilliant approach because it forces the AI to think contextually. So instead of just spitting out generic advice, it has to, generate responses that fit the specific scenario that you've created.
It's like giving ChatGPT a crash course in method acting.
Yes.
And the source material highlights a really practical example of this. Practicing a salary negotiation. So instead of just asking ChatGPT for general tips, you can actually role play the entire conversation with ChatGPT acting as your tough but fair boss.
I think what's fascinating here is that it taps into something called embodied cognition, which is the idea that our physical experiences and actions shape our thinking. So by actually performing the negotiation, even if it's just through text, we're engaging more deeply with the material and potentially uncovering new insights.
That's so cool. It's like we're tricking our brains into thinking it's a real situation, which helps us learn and adapt more effectively. And honestly, who wouldn't want to have a practice round with a tough boss before the real deal?
Exactly. And this applies to so many situations. Imagine practicing, a difficult conversation with a friend or a family member.
Oh, yeah.
Or even like rehearsing a presentation with ChatGPT as your audience.
Okay, moving on to our second ChatGPT power-up. Now, this one blew my mind when I first learned about it. But apparently ChatGPT can remember past conversations.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, it's important to clarify that it's not memory in the human sense. ChatGPT doesn't have emotions or personal experiences tied to its memory, but it can retain and use information from previous interactions, which allows for a surprising level of personalization.
This totally changes the game. It means that as you continue to interact with ChatGPT, it becomes more tailored to your individual needs and preferences.
Yes.
It's like having a study buddy who actually remembers your strengths and weaknesses and can adjust its approach accordingly.
It's one of the sources gives a great example of how this can be used for book recommendations. So imagine telling ChatGPT that you love, let's say, historical fiction with strong female characters and maybe a touch of romance. Then the next time you ask for a book recommendation, ChatGPT can draw on that knowledge to suggest something that aligns perfectly with your taste.
It's like having a personal librarian who knows exactly what you'll enjoy.
Exactly.
That is amazing. It's like ChatGPT is becoming your own personal AI assistant who learns more about you with every interaction.
And it really highlights the potential for long-term engagement with ChatGPT. It's not just a one-off tool. It can become a partner in your learning and creative journey.
All right, ready for power-up number 3. This one is all about getting more insightful and nuanced answers from ChatGPT. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find that its default responses can be a bit, surface level, like it's like playing it safe and avoiding anything too controversial.
I agree. And that's where this next prompt technique comes in, asking for expert perspectives. It's about framing your questions in a way that prompts ChatGPT to delve deeper into the complexities of a topic.
So instead of just asking, what is the impact of social media on society, we could ask, what would a sociologist say about the impact of social media on society?
Exactly. By specifically requesting an expert perspective, we're pushing ChatGPT to go beyond, the generic, and consider multiple viewpoints, potential biases, and even conflicting schools of thought.
It's like saying, okay, ChatGPT, give me the college-level lecture, not just a high school overview.
Yeah.
Right.
And to really make this technique sing, think about asking for multiple expert perspectives on the same issue. So you could ask, what would an economist say about this policy?
Oh, yeah?
What about a political scientist? or
Yeah.
a historian, you'd suddenly have this fascinating multi-dimensional conversation playing out, all within ChatGPT.
That's a great point. And I love how one of the sources uses the example of the future of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Instead of just getting a general list of pros and cons, you could ask ChatGPT, what would an AI ethicist say about the potential risks?
Yeah.
And then, like, for contrast, what would a venture capitalist focused on AI say about the opportunities?
It's a brilliant way to expose yourself to different ways of thinking about the same issue. It forces you to consider perspectives you might not have even thought of on your own, which can lead to a much deeper understanding.
All right, let's move on to prompt hack number 4.
Yeah.
This one is all about making complex information easier to digest. We all know ChatGPT can sometimes get a little jargon heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if there was a way to make it explain things in a way that anyone could understand?
Well, that's precisely what this next technique is all about, breaking down complex topics step by step.
Right.
It's about explicitly asking ChatGPT to simplify its explanations using clear language and avoiding technical terms whenever possible.
It's like saying, hey, ChatGPT, explain this to me like I'm 5.
Yes, and don't be afraid to get really specific with your instructions. You could say something like, explain quantum physics to me as if I'm a high school student who has never taken a physics class.
Or even better, explain quantum physics to me as if I'm a golden retriever who loves belly rubs.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
Remember, ChatGPT is incredibly versatile. You can set the parameters of the explanation however you like.
One of the sources uses a great example of explaining machine learning. So instead of getting bogged down in algorithms and data sets, you could ask ChatGPT to explain it using a simple analogy, like comparing it to training a dog.
That's a fantastic example. It makes the concept relatable and understandable even if you have no prior knowledge of computer science.
Exactly. And I love how this technique encourages us to be more active in our learning. And we're not just like passively absorbing information. We're directing ChatGPT to tailor its explanations to our specific needs.
And this ties back to our earlier point about personalization. The more you use these techniques, the better ChatGPT becomes at understanding how you learn best and providing explanations that resonate with you.
Okay, ready for our 5th and final ChatGPT power-up. This one is all about pushing the boundaries of conventional thinking and getting ChatGPT to think outside the box. We call it seeking unconventional takes.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's about challenging assumptions and looking at things from a fresh perspective. Instead of just asking for information, you're asking ChatGPT to be creative, to surprise you with an insight you might never have considered on your own.
It's like saying, okay, ChatGPT, blow my mind. Give me a take so wild that I have to rethink everything I thought I knew.
Exactly. And I think this is where ChatGPT's ability to process vast amounts of information really shines. It can connect seemingly disparate ideas and come up with truly original insights.
One of the sources offers a really thought-provoking example of this using the often criticized topic of social media. So instead of focusing on like the negative aspects, they asked ChatGPT for an unconventional take on its potential benefits. And guess what?
What'd it say?
Well, it suggested that social media, despite its reputation for like shortening attention spans,
Right.
might actually be enhancing our capacity for what's called microlearning, the ability to quickly absorb and process information in short bursts.
Interesting.
It's like those bite-sized videos, infographics, and like quick news summaries we see all over social media are actually training our brains to become more efficient learners in a fast-paced, information-saturated world.
It's a fascinating perspective that challenges the conventional wisdom about social media's impact on our cognitive abilities. And it opens up a whole new line of inquiry about the future of learning in the digital age.
It's amazing how a simple shift in perspective can completely change our understanding of something. And that's the power of seeking unconventional takes. It's about asking ChatGPT to be our intellectual sparring partner
Yes.
to help us see the world through new lenses.
I love that. It's fascinating how these prompt techniques can reveal these hidden depths in ChatGPT. It's like we're not just using a tool, we're collaborating with like a creative partner.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's amazing how a little tweak in how we phrase our prompts can unlock such incredible potential.
Yeah, that last example about social media's potential to enhance microlearning really got me thinking, what if we're underestimating the power of these bite-sized pieces of information that we encounter every day?
It's a total paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Instead of viewing like short attention spans as a negative consequence of the digital age, What if we're actually evolving to become more adaptable, more agile learners?
Right. It makes you wonder if our traditional education models, with their emphasis on long lectures and dense textbooks,
Yeah.
are really the most effective way to learn in the 21st century.
Yeah, it's a valid point. And it makes me think about how these ChatGPT prompt techniques could be integrated into education.
Yeah.
Imagine a classroom where students are encouraged to, like, role-play historical debates or ask ChatGPT to explain complex scientific concepts using analogies from their favorite video games.
That's a fantastic idea. It would make learning so much more engaging and personalized. It would also empower students to, take control of their learning and explore topics that genuinely interest them.
I'm also thinking about the implications for professional development.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine using ChatGPT to practice those tough conversations with colleagues, or to get expert perspectives on a new business strategy you're developing.
Absolutely. It could be a game changer for anyone looking to upskill, stay ahead of the curve, or simply become more effective in their work.
You know, one of the things I find most exciting about these prompt techniques is that they're not just about getting answers. They're about sparking curiosity and igniting our imaginations.
It's true. ChatGPT becomes less of an oracle and more of a brainstorming partner, helping us generate new ideas, challenge our assumptions, and explore different ways of thinking.
Yeah, it's like having a personal Socrates in your pocket,
Huh.
constantly nudging you to question, to explore, and to delve deeper into the mysteries of the world.
And I think that's what makes this so much more than just a technological advancement. It's a shift in how we approach knowledge and learning. It's about moving beyond passive consumption and becoming active creators and explorers.
So if we want to make the most of these ChatGPT power-ups, what are some key things to keep in mind?
Well, first and foremost, it's crucial to be specific and intentional with your prompts. Don't be afraid to get granular with your instructions to tell ChatGPT exactly what you're looking for.
It's like giving ChatGPT a clear map instead of just a vague destination.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. Play around with different prompt techniques, try combining them in unexpected ways, and see what happens. You might be surprised by the results.
I love that. It's all about embracing the spirit of play and discovery. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, to try something new, and to see where ChatGPT takes you.
And remember, it's an iterative process.
Right.
If you don't get the results you're looking for at first, don't give up. Tweak your prompts, ask follow-up questions, and keep refining your approach until you hit that sweet spot.
It's like a dance between you and ChatGPT.
Yes.
The more you practice, the more in sync you become, and the more amazing the results.
And don't forget the importance of critical thinking.
Oh,
ChatGPT is an incredible tool, but it's still just a tool. It's up to us to evaluate the information it provides, to consider different perspectives, and to ultimately make our own judgments.
That's a crucial point. ChatGPT can give us access to a vast amount of information and perspectives, but it's up to us to sift through it all, to separate the wheat from the chaff, and to form our own informed opinions.
It's about using ChatGPT as a springboard for our own intellectual explorations, not as a substitute for our own critical thinking.
So as we move towards wrapping up our deep dive today, I'm curious, what has stood out to you the most from our exploration of these ChatGPT prompt techniques?
Well, for me, it's the realization that ChatGPT is so much more than just a source of information.
It's a tool for expanding our cognitive horizons, for pushing the boundaries of our creativity, and for exploring new ways of thinking and learning.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's like ChatGPT is giving us a glimpse into the future of human-computer interaction, where AI becomes less about automation and more about augmentation, about amplifying our own capabilities and empowering us to do things we never thought possible.
Yeah, it's incredible to think about all the possibilities that these ChatGPT prompt techniques open up.
Yeah.
And I think we've, only just scratched the surface of what's possible.
Absolutely. It's like we've been given a set of keys to unlock all these hidden rooms in this vast mansion of knowledge and creativity.
So let's shift gears a bit and explore some specific scenarios where these techniques can really shine. For instance, imagine you're stuck in a creative rut.
Okay.
You're a writer, a musician, a designer, it doesn't matter, and the ideas just aren't flowing. This is where the unconventional takes prompt can be a lifesaver. Instead of staring at a blank page, you could ask ChatGPT, give me a completely unexpected twist on the classic love story, or What would a symphony composed by an alien civilization sound like?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's about using ChatGPT to kind of jolt our brains out of those like predictable patterns and open up new avenues for creative exploration.
And don't underestimate the power of combining prompt techniques. Let's say you're working on a presentation for work. You could start by role-playing the presentation with ChatGPT as your audience, getting feedback on your delivery and content.
Then you could ask ChatGPT to analyze your presentation from the perspective of a marketing expert, a data scientist, and even a comedian, just to get a truly diverse range of insights.
Right, it's like having a whole team of consultants at your fingertips, all working together to help you create the most impactful presentation possible. And let's not forget about the power of ChatGPT for personal growth. Imagine using the expert perspectives prompt to get advice from a virtual therapist, a life coach, or even a philosopher on how to navigate a challenging situation in your life.
What's fascinating here is that it allows us to access wisdom and guidance that might not be readily available to us in our everyday lives. It's like having a personal board of advisors ready to offer their insights whenever we need them.
It's like we're building our own personalized think tank within ChatGPT.
Yes.
And the more we engage with it, the more tailored and insightful its responses become.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond, the transactional nature of simply asking for information
Right.
and towards a more collaborative and transformative relationship with AI.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. We've talked about the power of these ChatGPT prompt techniques to unlock these new levels of learning, creativity, and problem solving. But I think the most profound takeaway is that ChatGPT isn't just a tool, it's a reflection of our own potential.
It's a mirror that shows us how we can think differently, how we can push the boundaries of our own imaginations, and how we can use technology to amplify our own human capabilities.
Yeah, it's a reminder that the future of learning and creativity isn't about replacing humans with machines. It's about finding ways for humans and machines to collaborate, to learn from each other, and to create something truly extraordinary together.
So keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep asking those thought-provoking questions. You might just discover something amazing about yourself along the way.
That's it for this deep dive, folks. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of ChatGPT. Until next time, keep those minds curious and stay open to the infinite possibilities that await.